Welcome to Subramani. One question which I am going to answer today or tell you what to do about is investing in Bitcoins. I recently did a session for senior citizens and to be senior citizens, which means everybody in the audience was above 55 and there was people who were even in their 70s. So I said the usual things: keep your money safe, and if your portfolio is less than 2-3 crores, then all the government schemes are very attractive. But if you have 20 crores, then don't bother about these government schemes; they are no longer attractive for you. And generally, and one question which keeps popping up is, should I invest in cryptocurrencies? So first of all, let me clarify by saying, cryptocurrency is the new in bright shiny thing which has also fallen a bit. So yes, it is great, it looks good, and very importantly, many senior citizens are under pressure from their kids or from other FOMO or whatever you want to call it, to invest in cryptocurrencies without understanding anything about cryptocurrencies. So let's start by saying, what are cryptocurrencies? These are digital currencies. These came to the fore saying that governments are printing too many notes, so here it will have limited issuance, so therefore it will carry value. Does it carry value? Yes, it does carry value. You can buy a lot of things with it. Tesla allows you to buy a car. There are many companies which accept payment for some holidays. You may be able to pay for it. So yes, it has some currency characteristic, but it does not have all the currency characteristic, because it seems to be carrying some value on its own. So therefore it fluctuates, right? The rupee or the dollar don't fluctuate so much, but yeah, crypto fluctuates. So it's bright, new, shiny, and it's not easy to understand. So first, take the trouble to understand it. Second, if you are a senior citizen, just check out whether you need to do it, because you need to know whom are you paying, what are you paying for, what will you get, where will it be kept, how will you access it, how will you use it, how will you know whether the value is going up or going down, will you do an SIP kind of a thing, will you do averaging, right? Until what point will you average, what percentage of your portfolio are you putting into it? Don't just buy it just because your children are saying so or somebody else is saying so, right? Find out what is the vested interest in that person selling it. Is he selling his own stuff, or is he buying in the market and giving it to you? How do you go buying it? Do you need an agent? Does the agent make a commission? Where is it stored, right? All these questions which you have in your mind, you have to ask. Because unlike, say, a mutual fund or equity, there is no regulator for it. It's not some registered entity through whom you're dealing. It is not some registered salesman who is selling it to you. Yes, if you're buying it because you've seen some videos, the video people are not the ones who are going to come and help you if things go wrong. Because this is such a new and popular thing, remember, a lot of frauds happen here. You don't even know whether you have made a payment to the right party. For example, in the mutual fund, you know that you issued a check in the name of the scheme and it went there. In case of a life insurance company, you issued a check in the name of the company, so it went into the company account. Here you have no clue, right? Tomorrow if somebody opens an account called Bitcoin, I do not know whether the banker will allow or not allow, right? So Subra Bitcoin, if I go and open a sole proprietor account, maybe I'll just get away with it. But if I just open Bitcoin International, you will not even know whether it is genuine, whether it's a sole proprietor or what is it. You will issue a check and then you will find out that, well, it's gone to some individual, right? So, and also realize that if you have a fraud, you don't even know where to go, because the police will have no clue what you're doing, what you have done. There is no registered entity, there is no registered salesman, nothing. It's not like a mutual fund or insurance or bank where you know that you can go to SEBI, IRDA or RBI respectively, right? You at least have that. Whether what will happen is a different thing, but at least somebody can't take a check from you in his individual name and say, I'm investing in the mutual fund. So check out whether that person is registered. I'll do a separate video on what to look for, but in case of a crypto, understand that it is, as of now, even in India, not regulated, it is taxed. Then find out how much will you invest, when will you sell, how will you sell. One terrible thing from the income tax point of view, the tax losses cannot be set off against the gain, so you will pay a huge amount of tax. You will pay tax on crypto exactly the way you pay on lottery. So you put money in a lottery, if you get, you pay 30% tax, that's it. So even if you are a person with zero taxable income and you get a 1 lakh rupee lottery, it does not mean that 30% will be set off and you will get a refund. No, lottery is taxed at 30%, crypto is taxed at 30%. So even if you were to deal in your daughter's name who is a minor or anything, it should not really matter, because there's a 30% tax which is flat. So it will happen in their child's name or it will happen in your name. There will be there will be nothing else. I mean, even if there is clubbing, it will be 30%, so it doesn't really matter. So understand all those implications, understand that yes, it is nice, new, bright, shiny, there is FOMO, you want to invest, yes, you can afford to put away 10,000 rupees every month or 1,000 rupees every month. Do it by all means, do averaging, but if you don't understand what you're doing, then the risk is huge. It's not as though you can't lose money on an SIP basis. If you invest in bad markets, with SIP you will lose money, right? So if you invested in a bad product, if the whole thing is fraudulent, you don't even know where to go to for a redressal, right? So they're very different from our currently regulated mutual fund or insurance business, and like I said, trendy investments are completely ripe for fraud, right? So check out on that. Don't fall for high pressure tactics, and if somebody comes and says abhi le lo, kal band hone wala hai, 30th June is the last date or 31st July is the last date, if you buy today you will get the benefits, don't fall for it, right? There are no cryptocurrency related regulation or tax benefits or anything which is going to change in the next 5, 10, 15 days. If anything, it will only improve. So in a country like India, where chit funds are so-called regulated, but when you lose money in a chit fund, like people lost in Bengal and Orissa, very little redressal happens. In a country where banking is supposed to be regulated, your Punjab and Maharashtra Bank in India, which was in Bombay or Bombay centric, where people lost money, they have not got it back. They got a fraction of what they should have got. Brokerage houses close down regularly, and you don't get your money back, right? Franklin Templeton was an exception where you thought you had lost your money, but you got back everything with good returns. So these things happen. So only in a regulated market do you know where to go, what is the redressal, can you go to court, you can go to SEBI or, like I said, IRDA, whatever, and try to get some redressal. I paid $100, can I get 95, can I get 98, can I get 104, whatever, with the interest, right? So you can at least make those attempts. With crypto, you don't have that. So if you also have to understand that the whole concept is new, it is not well established or anything. It's not like an endowment fund which is 300 years old. May a good product, bad product is not known, but at least the manufacturer, the regulator, and everybody knows what it is, right? So here we don't know, therefore there is no regulation, so understand whether you want to do it. If you're 70 years of age, and do you want to really do it? Because when you go to the police station, you're not going to get any great cooperation from them, right? So they may be great, but if it fits, does it fit into your financial goals? What is a product which fits into the financial goals for a 70-year-old, that he or she comes and asks me, should I invest in a cryptocurrency? These are the same set of people who come and ask also that, I have money lying in my bank account. My bank manager is asking me to put it in a PMS. Should I put it in a PMS or should I put it in a mutual fund? Depending on what your requirements are, depending on how much of money you have, if you have only 2 crores or 2.5 crores, it's not a right time product for you. It's not that I have something against PMS, but a minimum in a PMS is 50 lakhs. Do you want to put that in direct equities? Do you want somebody to manage it for you? Ultimately, PMS is about direct equities. Do you want to do that? You have to answer those questions yourself. For most people without much of knowledge of investing, etc., index fund makes sense. Yes, if you got a good advisor, if you are the skills, maybe you can select some good mutual funds. But beyond that, getting into other areas like Bitcoin, personally, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't put my mother's money there. I wouldn't put my money there. I wouldn't put my sister's money there. You still want to put it, that's perfectly all right. I'm sure my niece, my nephew, my daughter are all putting money in cryptocurrencies. Maybe they're making money, maybe they're losing money, right? So it's your call, but I would personally say no. Thank you.